everybody. So as you know, my name is Kianti Ayshea and this is Blue Aura Healing Guidance and Tarot. This is going to be a reading for all of our Divine Feminines. Alright, so all of our DF, Empress, High Priestess energy only. If you in any way at all identify as a Divine Masculine, hunty, you can go ahead and get at, because this reading right now is not for you. Not for you. Not for you. Not for you. Alright. So you all, I'm putting up zodiac readings on the channel. All right, make sure you go and check out your readings. All right, all your placements, you can go and check out whichever signs you have on your chart. Okay, whatever sign you're dealing with, etc. Okay, those are bonus readings. Could be love, career, stuff going on with family and friends, whatever comes out. Okay. Information as to how you can book personals with me, find extended videos, purchase merchandise, etc. can be found in the description box beneath this video. Let's get into it. Dun, dun, dun. We have visit, okay? Somebody wants to see you. All right, somebody wants to see you, honey. I'm hearing that song by Maya. Oh shoot, I'm hearing that song by Maya, Rotten. Okay, if you never heard that song, go listen to it. It popped in my head because it says unexpected visit, phone call, knock, riding by house. Okay, as soon as I saw riding by house, I started hearing that song. That's funny. Okay, we have denial. All right, not facing truth, dismissal, refuse to give in, and contradicting. Somebody could have said they don't really care that much, or they could have been moving and grooving through life, honey, as if they didn't care that much, but they actually do. Lo and behold, dun, dun, dun. All right. Options. Yeah, this person was out here, okay, making it seem like they have all these options. It says doing them, juggling connections, addictions, and player. I feel like they was addicted to the lifestyle, the play lifestyle. They were trying to decide which path they wanted to take when it came to this connection, this relationship. The door is now closed. But I feel like for those of you that do love this individual, you know, they're wondering if they can still come back through the door, okay? Others of you, you've healed, you're over the situation completely because this person chooses to live in the dark or chooses to live in the shadow. And I feel like you're a very light person, or you're somebody who expresses yourself freely, and you're not ashamed of anything that you do, anything that you've gone through, anybody that you deal with. And so you don't want to deal with someone who's like that, someone who cares so much about what others think about the decisions they make, that they tend to repetitively, you know, do certain things that just aren't good for them, okay, and take them down the wrong path. Okay, what's here? Closed off. Yeah. So now it's like a lot of you have that door closed. Okay, this person is experiencing anxiety, but again, it says they refuse to give in. That's here twice. Okay, this person is standing outside the door. So you like the door is shut. They said, well, then I'll just be outside the door. You know, you would think that if the door is shut, a person says, well, I'm going that way. No, they said, I'm going to be just right here outside the door. Okay? Child. The reason Blue laughs at stuff like this is because I feel like the higher selves, they don't have the ego situation going on. You know what I mean? Where they feel away, so they're going to act out. No, the higher self is like, this is who I love. I want to be with this person. The higher selves are already together in union. The physical selves are trying to catch up. So sometimes you got to laugh, you know. You got to laugh, not to cry sometimes too. Okay. So what do we have here? We have guarded, child. Past trauma, building up walls, defensive, block heart chakra. Be mindful of that. That's another reason to laugh, right? You want to continue to tap into the energy of joy and bliss, okay? You never want to become so guarded, so defensive because of whatever traumatic experiences you've gone through, that it's like now your heart cannot accept or give out any love. Because that's no good, okay? That's no good at all. Not for you, not for the world, honey. Here we have family. Somebody feels safe with you. This person feels like they want to build a foundation with you. Again, you have this person wanting to shift and change their ways. He said, I think I want to come out of the dark now. I think I want to come out of the dark. Okay. Child. Heartstrings. Okay. Mind games. Taking advantage. Playing with feelings and string along. Child, you don't trust it. You don't trust it at all. Some of you could be a water sign, all right? Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, or you could be dealing with a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Could have it somewhere on your chart, or we're just simply talking about the F and E's, all the feelings and emotions that are involved here. You know, a person really truly being in love with someone and wanting them to know it after they've messed it up, or they feel like they've messed it up. Okay? Butterflies. Butterflies is typically associated with soulmate energy. So this person feels like the two of you are soulmates. It says devotion, can't stop smiling, happiness, and feeling complete. That's how they feel. Okay, terms. They want to work it out with you. Okay, decisions. Very interesting. You know how they say indecision is a decision, right? And as soon as I was going to say that, I see indecisive is actually on this card. It says holding back, coming towards you, indecisive, procrastinating, right? So again, with the juggling, I feel where it's going back and forth between coming towards you and procrastinating, opening up and holding back. So you don't want to keep doing that. Again, it's giving the hot and cold energy. Aww. You see how I say all because of the way that this person, the energy that she's giving off to me. Okay? Because of all the games that somebody's playing, all the in and out, back and forth, all this other stuff. Remember to hold your head up and fix your crown, feminine. It's okay, love. It's okay. Yeah, clown. Yep. Deadline, doing this to your feminine, to your boo. So now this person worried about, are you seeing someone new? Do you have a new interest? Even if it's small, okay? Because this is how it's looking to me. It's looking like you're healing, right? And I was just about to mention this heart, so Spirit is bringing it back to my attention. Thank you, Spirit. You see how she looks? Okay, and then right here, she's guarded. She has the shield. Like I said, be mindful of keeping your heart closed. Right here, her heart is open and she has it in her hands. I feel like you're typically and usually someone that displays your heart, no problem, because you already know who and what to give it to. But because this is a soulmate, there's this shared energy there between the two of you, this magnetic pull, this string even. There's something here that connects the two of these butterflies that's in between them. Okay, you see that? All right. Something that connects the two of you, like you're a part of the same soul family or something like that. So you're, you know, you have that string, heartstring, okay? But because this person has done so many things to play with your mind and play with your feelings, you know, you just kind of shut down the heart. But I feel like while you've been behind this door, this closed door, you've been healing. So you see how here she has her heart again in her hands. It's just smaller. So it's like you're starting to, you know, get to a certain place where you're putting your heart back on display. So they're wondering, they're like, okay, what's going on? Who is this for? What are you doing? You're just healing. And see, that's even scarier if you ask me. Because once you get back to a certain place, and yeah, y'all have this heartstring, but now you look at this person as somebody that plays games and tries to manipulate. It's like you don't look at them the way they want you to. So again, you see them as somebody that puts on a front. You see them as a people pleaser, someone that has hidden motives, and that often quite often displays weird behavior, okay? And so, again, with this clown energy, that's why I said, Like, I'm not trying to play your person out now. I feel like they just played themselves out, okay? Yeah, realizations. I feel like they just played themselves out. Two of Wands. I feel like somebody's realizing that. Okay, yeah, Strength card. What you're doing is healing. It don't have nothing necessarily to do with another person or individual. Your divine counterpart is your divine counterpart. Your soulmates are your soulmates. The affection, the love, the romance, all that exists between the two of you is exactly what it is. But with the Two of Pentacles and the Two of Wands, a person going back and forth as to whether or not the feelings they have for you are deserving enough of them to actually act on it. You know, is it worthy of me changing the child? And don't. Shoot, you ain't trying to force nobody to do nothing they don't want to do, child. And so I feel like that's where you're coming from. And that's why they're like, I'm going to just stay on the outside of this door. Because, again, you could have done things or said things in attempts to try to change them. But for what? A person is who they are. It's not your job to change them. Okay, if you love them for who they are. You love them. But I just don't see you dealing with certain things romantically. Okay, so when it comes to them having access to your heart in a certain way, they do not. Okay, do you love them? Yes. Do they have access to you the same way? No. Right? Queen of Coins. Okay, you're very vulnerable, very open. Okay, Knight of Swords. This person is rushing in. Okay, this is somebody that you could depend on, that you can trust. Page of Swords. They're watching you, okay? You may know this. A lot of you have High Priestess energy, so you know when you're being watched, okay? You know. The High Priestess. 12 on a timestamp. You know when you're being watched. You know when somebody's pulling a card on you. You know when somebody's getting a reading on you. As a High Priestess, you know when somebody's trying to tap in your energy. You know when somebody's playing with you. When you're a real High Priestess, not just a card reader. Okay? You pick up on that stuff. Queen of Swords. And then you're very intelligent, so you put things together very easily. So, again, this person playing mind games and tricks and all this stuff with you was not it. Two of Wands. Okay? Now it's like the tables have turned because this person rushing back in. But now you have to decide if that's what you want to do or not. You know, they want to work it out. Work what out? All right? A Queen of Swords is like work out the mind games you play. What are we working out? Okay? Be specific here. It's the Queen of Swords. The Six of Wands. Okay. The Six of Wands is being determined to overcome. Six of Swords, the distance. Okay. They don't like the distance. They don't like the space, obviously. Right? That should go without saying. But it's coming up. It's being said. I know. But they miss you. And it's because you're this, you know, reliable, dependable, headstrong person. So it's because they can't play with you that they're intrigued. But for what? To continue to try, or, you know, like, we have the Nine of Swords. It's like the mind games they tried to play with you. It's like it backfired. It's like, if anything, I feel the reason you're so guarded now is because of the audacity to do so. You know, again, you're in the light, so you're enlightened. You see everything for what it is. So trying to scheme, plot, and all that other stuff, it's just not the way to go about dealing with your divine counterpart. You know, what one would view as disrespectful, the Wheel of Fortune. And then this person coming in again with this soulmate energy, child. King of Swords, Queen of Swords. Eight of Swords. They can't stop thinking about you. And the conversations y'all have, that's their favorite thing. Yeah, I see how that's insulting. So people know how intelligent you are and still they know how wise you are and still they know how intuitive you are and still. So yes, it is insulting. It's very insulting. It's like, you for real, huh? And yes, they do be for real. People do be dead serious. They be dead ass. Ace of coins. Child, now this person comes in wanting to make an offer to you and you just like, are we serious? So again with this dismissal, you know, it's like somebody tried to dismiss you for something. Their actions are very contradicting. One minute they do this, next minute they do that. Child, you don't know what the hell. Because they don't know what the hell. We have Page of Cups, okay? This is reconciliation, apology. That's what they're rushing in for, okay? But whatever it is they're about to do or say, it's not much. It's very small, so just be mindful of that. And the reason I say that is because, you know, they drew my attention to the cup that's in the page's hand. And it's very small. You know, it'd be different if this was a Page of Cups, yes, because you're immature or you're just starting out, like you're a child, you know, something along those lines. And the cup could still be a regular size cup. No, this cup is like a little bowl inside his hand. A little kid's bowl that you put like a snack in or something. They come into you with a little snack-sized apology. You know, so you're like, okay. You know, more than likely you've already forgiven the person, because a part of healing yourself is forgiving the other person or people. You know, you have to understand that they don't know no better, because if they did, they wouldn't do what they did. You know, if they knew better, they wouldn't have done what they did. So clearly they don't, and you just have to give them that grace and be like, namaste. You know, like the divine in me loves and honors and respects the divine in you. So we just gonna keep it pushing, child. You know, we just gonna keep it pushing and move forward, child. You know, and with you doing that, that's not helping. That's making them want to rush in even more. But again, that's a part of the healing. You have to star the moon. Person has no idea what you're doing, child. Again, I said one of you is in the dark, the moon. The other one is in the light because you're enlightened. The star. That's what the star represents. Consciousness, enlightenment. The moon represents the shadow, the four wands. But they want to come into union with you. The only way to do that is to get their behinds up out of the dark. Okay? Four of Swords. Nine of Cups. So, okay. The reason why this person watches you so much is because you give them peace of mind. You give this person peace of mind, honey. As the King of Swords, very analytical. Very, very practical. Sometimes people can say he's cold, heartless, or mean because of the lack of emotions that he displays. But you get this person to open up in a certain way, Nine of Cups. It's because they find themselves completely happy with you, or they can't stop smiling when they're talking to you or when they're around you and stuff. So just even to be near you, like again, that's why they said, okay, the door's closed, fine, but just stand right here outside the door then. Because just to be near you, period, is good enough for them. Just to be able to see you, period, at all is good enough for them. Child, that's why they like, let's work it out, because they want to be closer. Okay? Six of Cups, it's the memories, it's the nostalgia. The Star card and the Six of Swords. I feel like, yeah, you were divinely guided to distance yourself until this person does take some sort of leap here in their life to start a new beginning for themselves, you know, not just because of this connection, but for themselves. They have to stop being a certain type of way to stop attracting a certain type of energy. Because, you know, if they're wondering why they're repelling you, it's because they're attracting a certain type of energy and you are not resonating with that energy. Okay. The Knight of Wands. Okay. The Knight of Wands is a lot of passion. Okay. The Knight of Wands is, again, devotion and dedication. Somebody that's very hardworking, and you know, there's a lot of resilience here. Like, they're not going to stop, because Five of Cups, they have so much regret and remorse over how everything happened and took place, you know, how everything went down, that they're just like, I have to say and do something to fix this and get a new beginning going. Page of Cups, Page of Coins. So again, whatever it is I say, whatever it is I do, may not be too much, you know, but I feel like a part of that is them playing it safe. Like, I'm going to do a little bit to test the waters and see how much I can do before I make an attempt to do more. Because they don't want to disrespect. Like, if you don't want to deal with somebody and they come at you like full throttle, that may be even more disrespectful ultimately than you realize. You know? So a person has to decide, like, they have to see, is this person really done? Like, are they done for real? As in, like, I should just come back, say I'm sorry for what I did. Let's just start a fresh slate and you know, go on about our separate ways, but at least we're not totally angry with each other or upset with each other or whatever. Or am I coming in and like apologizing, wanting to start a new beginning, and we're trying to make this thing work? You know, but they have to test the waters to see how you feel. What's underneath here? But we know what their heart desires. Nine of Cups. Okay. Eight of Cups, though, it could go that way. You could emotionally withdraw and detach completely if this person doesn't put the appropriate action in with the Seven of Wands. If they don't show you that this is what they want, if they're not showing you through their actions, you know, because they can say whatever they want. They can be like, I love you, feminine, this is what I'm going to do. They can say it 1,000,000 times. But if they've not done it once, would it matter? Okay. Now, you ain't even did what you said the first time. Why would I believe you the 12th time? You know? That just doesn't make no sense. The Queen of Swords, the heartstrings. You see how that it went and touched itself? So it's like playing with feelings. You know? And the Queen of Swords is able to see through all that. She's not operating on feelings and emotions. So she's like, okay, enough with that. Okay? And notice the Queen of Cups didn't come out. She may, we still have time, but she didn't come out as of yet, you know, with what we're saying. And both the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords are practical individuals. So regardless of if you love this person, if you've been vulnerable, if you put your heart out there, it doesn't matter. You are using your sense, you know. Again, here we have the Two of Coins. It's the juggling for you. You like, hold up now. Okay. It's not even so much so, like, we're in 2025, and I feel like a lot of people are more open to more things. And if you're not, completely great, you know. Some people will go blind, some people won't. Some people will put weave in their hair, some people won't. Some people wear pounds of makeup on their face, some people don't. Whatever it is that you like is what you like, and whatever you don't, you don't. You know, it's no judgment here. But I feel like there are some people that are open to open relationships, open connections, stuff like that, as long as everybody is aware, everybody is on one accord. And that's cool. But the way this person was doing it was, again, in the dark, in the shadows. So I don't even pick that up. You know, it's just the fact that this person, they tried to insult your intelligence, or they insulted your intuitive abilities, or whatever it is. They insulted the connection between the two of you, because that's another reason why you're able to read them so well. You know, you're connected to them at the soul level. Yeah, Seven of Swords. So when they're being deceptive, you can pick that up. Okay, very easily. Yeah, the Moon. When they're being deceptive and they're not giving you the full picture, Six of Wands, you're able to see it in, okay, 7D. Okay, 5D. You're able to see it in 7D. Okay. You're like, I see it clear as day, child. 8D, 12D. I see it big. All right, that's why she over here on her head like that. That's why I said it's okay. You see more than this person realizes. You know more than they realize. And that's an issue. Okay? That's a big issue here. Okay. Dang. Star card. Okay. Star card. Again, enlightenment. Like I said, Eight of Swords. So now this person is worried because they like, what do you think? What do you know? How much do you know? Three of Coins. The Ace of Swords. They want to talk to you and they want to get on the same page again with that devotion because they can't stop thinking about you. But the Knight of Coins is slow moving. Again, procrastination as far as you're concerned because of 10 of Wands, 5 of Cups, 3 of Cups. Could have been all sorts of third party attachments. If not just one or two things that came in between the two of you, then it could have been several connections or relationships they were having. There was just a lot of pain that was caused here in this connection. This person did a lot to make it seem like everything else came before you, came before y'all, came before the connection. Yeah, 10 of Swords. And now they want to come back and work something out. Okay? So that's the message, child. Let us just look. Okay? Justice. I feel like there's some sort of consequence here. You know, what goes around comes around. You don't get to treat people like crap and expect them to sit there and keep taking it. Come on. The Tower. Okay, yeah, this is a shock to their system, but it's necessary. The Hangman. They wouldn't have viewed this situation any other way otherwise. Okay? The Lovers. Yeah, it's like they had to see the truth for themselves. What you already knew, they had to see for themselves. Okay. The Two of Coins. All right. We have the Queen of Cups. There she is. I said she was going to come out. I told you. All right. 10 of Wands. Yeah, this person had a lot of stress and all that. This and other. Wherever the heck they were. So they kept doing the things they were doing. But they can't do that with you. They can do whatever they like. Just not with you. Okay. You have Temperance, divine intervention. Yeah, you're connected to source, very much so. 5 of Pentacles. So again, with that door being closed. And they said they just going to sit on the outside of the door. We have the 7 of Cups. Okay. They said, I'll just be right here outside the door. Again, loyalty. Now they're realizing how loyal you are. And the Queen of Pentacles was the very first card out, of course. What you had thought. Okay, so they realized that. And now they're like, hold up. Wait a minute. Yeah, I knew I should have listened to my heart. I knew I should have listened to my intuition. Yeah, I think. But Page of Cups is new to that. He's not true to that. Very new. Okay. Open heart. Now they're learning how to be receptive. Now they're learning how to be empathic and care for other people's feelings. Now they want to be vulnerable. Didn't I say that? Okay. Loyalty. Child. You know? Auntie's house. Child, this person, like, I will sit out here. Oh, Lord. This person could be dramatic. Because the way it came through. The way it came through was like, I will sit out here till my hands and feet bleed. Like, you alright? Yeah, look. I will sit out here till my hands and feet bleed. Like, they just trying to prove a point. Like, you alright? Don't do that, please. Trying to get you to open the damn door. 3 of Swords. But because of so much heartache and pain, child, you just distance yourself, you know? It's like, where was the action? Where was the action when feminine wanted that action? Because the High Priestess and the Magician, they go together real bad. And we already have the Lovers. So I just feel like this person doesn't know their own power. They don't know who they are. They didn't believe in certain things. They were stuck in a shadow, child. They were living around karmics and keeping themselves stuck in karmic energy. And you said, fine, I'm shutting the door. They didn't realize they were a divine masculine. That's what it is, hunty. Yeah. That's crazy. Okay. Again, no judgment though, you know what I'm saying? No judgment. Yeah, divine masculine. They just didn't know who they were, okay? Until you remember, you don't know. So this person feels like now they're obsessed, okay? They're addicted to you, honey, okay? I feel like it's beyond infatuation, honey, because infatuation comes and goes, honey. I feel like this person could have initially thought, oh, you know, this is something that's for right now. They could be somebody that's just obsessive, you know? They like someone, they like something, they become obsessive with that something or that someone. So they thought, oh, this ain't no different, you know, take it however it resonates. All right, if they've never been like that because of all the options, well, they like that now, okay? Because you bring a certain peace and harmony into their life. They feel like you're a true friend, again, very trustworthy and loyal. They feel like y'all balance each other out. or they feel more balanced when the two of you are connected, because they typically go through all sorts of internal emotional storms. This person could be in some way unstable. Okay, this could be emotionally unstable, mentally unstable in some way. You know, they may have to take something that helps them. All right, that's been coming up a lot as well. But you've enlightened them to so many things that help them naturally. Okay, let us see. All right, yeah, only you. This person wants to devote themselves. That's twice now that we're seeing that. Okay, it's like after having made this grave mistake, you know, they're like, okay. All right, yeah, releasing. Once you let go and let God, walked away and was like, I'm moving on. Pew! Person said, hold on, wait a minute. Okay, wait a minute. Wait a minute, okay? You feel like this person is always chasing thrills, or they're always just seeking excitement. You're like, what's going to happen when, you know, it's not a good day? Because you just always looking for a good time. What's going to happen when it's not a good day? You're going to go out there and start juggling, looking for other options. You know, a lot of you just look at this person in that light now. And, okay. Here we got chasing and elusive. You just look at them as somebody who's deceptive and toxic. They feel like they're not going to give up, though, because they don't want that to be what you think of them. Okay. Conflicted. Yeah, it was the hot and cold energy, like I said. Having multiple choices, treating this like an option. Okay. Distant. So now there's space between you. All right. Some sort of blockage. It can be a literal blockage. Like, again, you have their phone number blocked. They can't get through to you that way. You know, all social, all that stuff is blocked. If it's not, it will be. You know, there's this large separation energy in this reading, you know, huge. And it's because whatever this person been doing, how they been moving. Shoot. You like, they can chase all they want, blue. Okay, they had attachments. They had outside influences. Instead of listening to themselves, listening to their inner heart song, like I said, instead of even listening to you, okay, they listening to all these outside individuals about you, about y'all, about this, about what they should do, how they should move. Maybe they're just surrounded by other toxic masculines. So in the event that that's the case, well, you know, you don't realize, oh, shoot, I'm actually not. Like, you don't realize you're the different one in the crew. That you not the toxic masculine, you a divine masculine. But no, they want to keep wearing that damn mask. Remember that facade? They want to keep wearing that mask. Now, with the word facade, my brain always wants to say so bad facade, yo. Always, yo. And I'd be like, no, it's facade. It's so funny to me. You gotta laugh sometimes, feminine. But yes, this resistance energy. So now this person feels like you're being timid with them. You're suppressing your feels, all that. Not really. I just think, you know, again, you're protecting yourself. You're healing. Okay, this person wants to have a family with you. That's the second time we're seeing it. You feel like they got to heal themselves first, you know, because I feel like you want a healthy, you know, family unit situation. Person got to get themselves about some sort of cycle here that they keep going in. Feel this attraction towards you, that's obvious. We know that, but they keep wearing this mask. So, ciao. Listen, but those are the messages that I have here for you on today. All right, so I pray that this helps you. I know it will. If this was your reading or you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. And if you have not already, go ahead and subscribe. Peace and heavy.